Briggs, and this is my family. I like organizing things, I like working with my hands, and I like woodworking. Tonight I'd like to tell you about how I developed an interest in building shop cabinets as I've sought to organize my home spaces. It all began in 2016 when I decided to reorganize my garage. I had tools from me, from my father, from my wife's father, and they were scattered throughout the garage, and I had a hard time locating things. So I decided to build some workbenches in strategic locations. I built a 2x4 basics workbench with a 12-foot top, 3-foot deep, but I soon found that I had a hard time accessing the spaces underneath the workbench. What to do? I could remove the middle shelf, but if I did, I'd have to replace it with custom cabinets. I didn't know how to make cabinets, and the thought intimidated me. A web search it turned up a book called Practical Shop Cabinets by Tom Clark. Now, one of the things that really caught my interest with Tom was that he said he would begin a project on a Friday and put it in service on a Sunday. This is someone I wanted to learn from. So I started simple. I built a 3-drawer cabinet with existing wood and tools for the bottom third of my workbench. Boy, did I learn a lot. By the way, pay attention to that white Formica top. We're going to come back to it. Now, to finish the project, guess what I needed? More tools. I went ahead and finished the project building a more complex 2-section, 8-drawer cabinet to fill out the remaining part of the workbench, and that really made my tools very accessible. I learned a lot on this one too. Now, when you're building projects like this, you need a large source of wood, and you're going to have a lot of scrap. That's my son Peter in the bottom. So I decided to build a lumber storage cart from plans off of the internet. But you'll notice there's a little space in the bottom of the storage cart, and I thought, well, maybe I could use some of these shop drawers in the bottom of the storage cart. So I went ahead and built in 4 spaces for drawers in the bottom of the storage cart. When you do that, you need to be sure to put the drawer slides in at the beginning, because you can't get in there afterwards. Now, I did find, though, that the storage cart sagged a little bit after I built it, and I needed to add some stiffeners to stiffen it up. But now I've got a really nice storage cart with drawers in the bottom. This is one of my later projects. It's a 5-foot workbench that I built for my son Nathan in 5 construction days. Now, you can find more information about these projects on the Instructables website using these project titles. Then I looked around the garage, where else could I go to add drawers? Back again to the main workbench, and I built up my main workbench a couple of inches and added a drawer on the top, and made my tools readily accessible. Now, last fall, my son Peter came to me, and he said, "Dad, can you help me build a large desk for me and my 2 roommates?" And I said, "Sure, I'd be glad to help you." Now, this is the sketch that he gave me in the beginning. 4 cabinets with a very long top. So I said, "Peter, come on over. We'll go get the wood, and we'll put you to work." So we got the wood, and this shows Peter laying out one of the cabinet sides and getting ready to cut it on a kit panel saw that I bought shortly after building that first cabinet. After you cut the cabinet sides, you then need to lay out where you're going to put the drawer slides. So I had 2 of Peter's roommates I challenged to locate where the drawer slides need to go, such that you have 3 equally sized drawers. Now, it sounds easy, but it's not so easy when you really go to do it. But when you locate where the drawer slides need to go, you draw a line across both the left and the right sides at the same time. Now, once you've done that, then you need to add drawer slide supports and the drawer slides themselves. The drawer slide supports are glued and nailed down, and then you add the drawer slides with screws. And you want to be sure to add the drawer slides before you put it all together, again, because it's much easier to do it apart than together. Now, one of my favorite tools is a Craig pocket hole jig, which allows you to drill angled holes into wood to put pocket screws in, and it makes a very, very strong joint. I use this kind of joint almost exclusively for my drawers and cabinet parts. This picture shows one of the cabinets with a test door in place, no bottom. The width dimension is critical. If you make it too wide, it will bind. If you make it too narrow, the drawer can fall out. Once you've got the precise dimensions, then you go and you cut all of the drawers and you put them together. Now, once you've got the drawers put together, then you need to add the drawer bottoms. You put a bead of glue along the drawer edges, you cut the bottom to fit, you staple the bottom down, and then you add the drawer slides. And if you have measured and cut correctly, your drawers will fit in just fine. This is a picture of the finished project. Now, there are 12 drawers in here, and Peter and I built all 12 drawers on a Saturday afternoon in a 3-hour period. And if you have done much woodworking, you'll realize that's quite an accomplishment. And then Peter added the top with wood from the restore. Then I decided to go inside and add a drawer underneath the table, very much like that one. You don't have to have a cabinet to add drawers. You can put it anywhere. And now I have tools available inside the house as well as outside in the garage. Now you may be thinking that there is no way that you could do something like this. Well, I have another passion, and that's teaching. So if you are thinking about better organizing your shop spaces using shop cabinets, I would love to talk with you and share with you some of my experiences. Thank you.